My name is Dejana Talbot. I'm Miss Spanish Fork 2017. I've lived in Spanish Fork my entire life, so 17 years. There's 5 of us in my family. There's my mom, Rachelene, my dad, Vernon, and my 2 little sisters, Azure and Tasia. We all have very interesting and unique names, and me and all my 3 sisters have X's in our names. So a lot of times we'll come home from school and be like, oh, the substitute pronounced my name Dexana or Axaray again, but I didn't want to correct them, so the whole day I just got called Dexana. My family is also very crazy and outgoing, and we love to compete with each other for attention. So a lot of times at family dinner, we'll just be sitting having a normal dinner, but it's so loud and so hectic that if you want to actually say something and have people listen to you, you have to stand up on your chair and say, I have an announcement to make. And then everyone will be quiet for about 2 minutes and listen to your announcement and then go back to whatever they were talking about. My favorite thing to do is dance. I've been dancing since I was 2 years old, and I absolutely love it. It's such an escape for me, and it's really my passion. I'm currently dancing at Valley West Academy, and I absolutely adore it there. It's so awesome. My very first memory actually is me when I was about 3 years old. I was dancing in a production of Cinderella, and I was the little black cat, Lucifer. I totally knew my choreography. I practiced it every day and every night before the performance, and then I got up on stage and I completely forgot what I was doing. So I ran behind the little house on stage and I just hid there for the whole rest of the piece. Until the very end, I ran out back on stage and started doing random choreography, anything I could think of, because I thought my teacher would be mad if I didn't at least dance on the stage. My pet peeve is slow drivers. I've got places to be and I want to get there quick. I hate being in the car for longer than I have to. And so one of the things I do to cope with my road rage is I drive a stick shift. So my emergency brake has a little button thing you can push, and I push it and I pretend to shoot the cars that are going really slow so that way I won't yell at them. It works really well. I recommend that for anyone with road rage. My platform is Service-Steam, increasing self-esteem through service. I created my platform through my Uncle Lynn. He was severely and mentally disabled, and me and my family were his legal guardians. So we would go and visit him as often as we could, take care of him and the other men at this facility there, and that's really when I got into service. He was my best friend. I loved being with him, and I felt so good about myself. When I was with him, I wasn't judged, and I was filled with just constant love and appreciation. He passed away about 2 years ago, and that was something that was really hard for me to deal with because I didn't have that support, that love anymore, and I didn't know how to be happy again. So me and my mom sat down and she talked to me, and I realized that I was so happy and loved myself because I was serving others. So we created this platform, Service-Steam, and I do one major service project every month and invite everyone to come and to serve with me. And this has been where I found my true joy. I love my platform with all my heart. As Miss Spanish Fork, I've had the awesome opportunity to increase my platform. I've gone and talked to a lot of schools about it. The kids are so awesome and they get so into it, especially when I tell them that service is so amazing because it's a gift that you can give and you can receive. You're giving your time and your service to others, but you're also learning to love yourself in a way that maybe you haven't before. My very first service project that me and my attendants were able to do was to go back to Hidden Hollow and to serve the men there, and seeing them and the way they've changed my life and how they've gotten me to here was such an incredible experience. So with my platform, we have a hashtag called #ServiceTeam, and I post pictures of me and other people doing service because I know that serving sometimes is hard, and especially when we have things like social media and we see other people, beautiful people, going out of their way and doing amazing, incredible things, and we feel like we're not doing enough. But when we are able to share what we're doing, it's a lot easier because we're getting that recognition. So I love using this platform, and I hope to be able to spread it through our community so that way we can see that social media is such an incredible tool that we're able to have, and we can use it for such good things. A random fact about me is I'm actually the 11th great-granddaughter of Pocahontas, so I'm a direct descendant. And when I was little, I thought that was so cool, but no one ever believed me because Pocahontas is a Disney princess, so they all thought I was lying. So I would practice Indian calls. So that way, if anyone ever asked me if I was really Pocahontas's 11th great granddaughter, I could do an Indian call, and I thought that would prove everything. And I also thought I could speak to the wind because she has that song in the Disney movie, Paint with All the Colors of the Wind. So I totally thought me and the wind could communicate. And I would tell my friends what the weather was going to be the next day because the wind had told me.
I'm Jill McConnell. I'm the first attendant in this year's royalty. I have lived in Spanish Fork since I was 6, so it's probably just over 10 years, and I've loved every second of it. It's been so fun. My favorite thing about Spanish Fork is the hometown feel. Anytime you leave Spanish Fork and come back, it's still the same feeling, and you're so welcomed here, and the people that are new and that are moving in feel so welcomed. So my parents are Carrie and Andrea McConnell, and I have 3 little sisters, Michelle, Noelle, and Camielle. We all have L's in our name. There's a big age gap between me and my closest sister. We're 6 years apart, so sometimes my parents joke it's like raising 2 different families because we're in 2 different parts of our lives. But it's so fun. I love playing with them. We love playing board games, and we love having our movie night. We love watching Hallmark movies. That's our favorite thing to do together. I love to read. Reading is one of my favorite things to do. I also love to dance. I love jazz, Zumba, ballet, just anything that keeps me moving. And I also love to play the piano. Piano is my passion. I've played since I was 6, and I'm in love with the piano. My biggest pet peeve is when somebody smacks their gum. That drives me crazy when somebody's smacking their gum. My platform is My Vote Counts, and it's helping people register to vote and just get involved politically. I love politics. I've been involved in the political world since I was 7. I've worked on numerous campaigns, and there's just like an energy about campaigns that gets me so excited, and I want people to feel that same excitement about our political system, and that it's not a negative thing, it really is a positive thing. So through my platform, I've got to help people register to vote. I just got to vote in this past election. I was so excited to do that. As I continue my platform, I hope to bring people into that same excitement about politics and have that same experience I have. In the next year, I hope to just keep going to different schools and talking to different high school students. In the state of Utah, you can actually register to vote as young as 16. And then by the time you're 18, you're already registered, so you don't have to worry about that. So I hope to just have that information and get that out there. I love DeJohn's platform, Service Team. I think it's so awesome that we are able to do a service project once a month, and I'm so excited to participate in that and be a part of that, because service really brings the most happiness to me and others, and I think that's a great way that we can bond as a community is through service. Okay, a random fact about me is right now my major is political science, and I hope to go into law school because I want to become a criminal defense attorney, but my ultimate dream is to be on the Supreme Court and be a judge on there.
I'm Marley Tanner, and I'm second attendant. I have lived in Spanish Fork my whole life, so 18 years, same house and everything. I love that it's like a small town and we're all like so close. Like I work at Macy's, and I swear like I know almost everyone that comes in and comes through my line. I love how like close we are as a community, and you really feel like you're a part of like a family with us. I have 5 people in my family, so I have my mom Lorianne, my dad Steve, my older sister Casey, and my younger brother Tate, so I'm right in the middle. And I do like to claim that I'm the favorite child, but I'm really not. And that's just like what I like to tell myself. But we have the worst luck. Like, I might sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. So an example is that last summer we went to like a family trip at Bear Lake, and someone in my family who will not be named was driving our jet ski over so we could pull it into like our car and get it loaded and everything. And they had like a porta potty, right? And he had the keys to our car and dropped it in the porta potty. And we couldn't get it out. We like tried to fish it out, and so we sat at Bear Lake for like 8 hours for a locksmith to come to, because that was the only key we had to start our Durango. So there you go. We have the worst luck, but we always have a good time together, and we're all card games is like our thing, and we get super competitive. We've had to ban a couple like card games like Spoons because we just get too intense about it, but they're like my favorite people to spend time with. So I really like to run. I actually used to run track, and for 2 years, but I quit because I was always last. And so now it's just more something I do for fun, just kind of like get out. And I love to run down the River Bottoms Trail, and it's so beautiful, and it's always so like relaxing to get out and just take a short run down there. And that's kind of one of my favorite things to do. So one of my biggest pet peeves, I hate the word moist. I hate it. I hate it. And so whenever people use it, it just makes me like cringe. And I never understand the point. Like, why would you use that word when there's so many other ones? So my platform, my slogan was "Say Something Nice," and I wanted to focus on the importance of kindness and anti-bullying. And so I wanted to start this is because someone really close to me kind of struggled with bullying, and I never felt like I could really make a huge difference with it, just because it's such a huge problem. And so when I found out that I got to create my own platform, I thought it was such a great opportunity to kind of get out and get this word out about kindness. And so to kind of like promote that, I went to Reese Elementary, and I went to Miss Darrington's and Miss Painter's 3rd grade classes, and I just talked to them about how important kindness is in combating bullying. And I really wanted to focus more on the kindness instead of the bullies, and I wanted to really show the kids that they can make a huge difference in other people's happiness. Those were the only 2 classes I visited, and so I'm gonna carry it out by like visiting other schools and going to different age groups. I'm also having like my friends and family like help me like go with me, so it's not just me. So like adults, teenagers, and little kids can all be involved and talk about the importance of kindness. Dejana's platform, Service Team, she's doing like major service projects every month, and I can't wait to go and help participate in this because her platform is amazing and it has such a great message, and I can't wait to help participate in that and help her kind of spread it to the community. So a random fact about me is that whenever people hear my name is Marley, they always ask if either I was named after the dog in Marley and Me or if I was named after Bob Marley. And obviously I don't look like I was named after like a reggae artist. And so actually the story of how I got my name is it's both of my grandma's names put together. So my grandma Marie and my grandma Shirley, and that's their names put together. So that's where it comes from, not named after the dog.
I'm so incredibly excited to be Miss Spanish Fork 2017. I've dreamt about being Miss Spanish Fork ever since I was little, and I've seen such incredible women go on to do such amazing things. I can't wait to serve this community through this program and to see where this year takes me.